Hey, Jay Stevens here, and today we're going to be doing a special interview with Kevin Fahey. He's going to be answering some questions around affiliate marketing, email marketing, and video marketing. And Kevin Fahey is well known for creating high quality products and training products. So let's get him online and start the show. So guys, we've got Kevin here today. So Kevin, do you want to introduce yourself a bit?
Hey guys, thanks for the welcome, Jay. Okay guys, I've been online since 2008 full time. Started in 2007. Wasted a year basically on travel blogs, and then 2008 I started building my email list, and I really haven't looked back since then. It's basically almost 10 years now, and it's been one hell of a journey. We've, I suppose, different ups and downs in our business, like every entrepreneur, every business has that. I learned a great deal over the years, and I must say I really enjoy what we do. So I don't know if you want me to go back through over the years and what I've learned about some of the things and what I've done.
Yeah, definitely, if that's all right, yeah.
Okay, well, basically, I spent the first 2 or 3 months. We were nearly broke in the winter, and I was trying to make money online, and I didn't have really money to invest in traffic. I didn't have any experience. I couldn't afford a coach, and I actually spent a lot of time on these traffic exchange sites trying to build my list, clicking for credits, spending endless hours clicking for credits, and it was a really good experience. I actually realized that at the end of the week I could actually get 10 or even 20 subscribers by working for maybe 20 or 30 or 40 hours, but I managed to get those subscribers. I suppose then around June, I needed to actually get a job. We went back to doing bar work at the time, and from there, I actually got a little bit of money that I was able to invest in my business. And I understand that, I was able to build an email list, but then I realized I found someone that told me that you can buy traffic and get a lot of subscribers very cheap, like spend $100, get 100 subscribers. So what I did is I worked my job and I invested as much money as I could into my business in that sense. Now, I would say I was probably only getting around 1,300 euro at the time, around $1,500. And I probably picked out $500 off that, and I invested in my business in June, July, and August. And I remember down on the 8th of August, I think 2008, 8th or 15th, 8th is my daughter's birthday, the 15th of August 2008, I quit my job. I was earning around, my online business then was doing around $1,000. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going home and I'm going to dedicate absolutely everything to that. So that was September. I think in October and November, we made around 2,500, and I went up to 3,000. In January, we had 6,000, and in February we had 10,000. And then I launched, it was a kind of a done-for-you service. It was basically, we would build 20 squeeze pages and funnels for other marketers, and we'd actually manually configure them. There wasn't much automation and software tools at this time, so we'd manually configure them. It would only take me an hour, and we would charge $97. So that was a massive success. We ended up doing 30,000 or even 60,000 with that product alone in the space of 90 days. So, right, that was a really good stepping stone for me. I really changed nothing for around 3 years. I continued to build my email list. I continued to reinvest all my money into my email list. And in that time frame, I was actually a solo ad seller. I used to make, I could make up to $800 a day selling solo ads. But I used to probably invest $400 back into my business. So I was still in profit. After 3 or 4 years, I realized I had a big list of over 250,000 people, and only 1% of them were paying attention to me. And this was the big wake-up call for me. And because I was a solo ad seller, my list was not responding to me anymore. And the numbers basically said that. I could see that the solo ad game really changed. You could no longer invest money and make a return on it. And in my case, it was probably harder for me to get new subscribers. So I knew, even in this business from the very start, it's something I wanted to do for 20, 30, 40 years. It's not just make a little bit of cash and leave the game. It was never ever like that. So I knew I wanted my business to kind of survive. So I completely changed things around. I no longer sold solo ads. I removed hundreds of thousands of subscribers from my list. I removed it down to 90,000, then I knocked it down to 60,000, then I knocked it down to 40,000. of only people who were actually interested in me. I actually went along begging for forgiveness. You know, hey guys, I no longer sell solo ads. Please join my list here. We're going to be offering new content, blah, blah, blah. So I got into creating products relating to email marketing. I went into creating actually a few email marketing software tools. And that was a really change in my business. I could say I wrote a report on that actually called a Solo Ad Escape, which shows us how I was making $5,000 a month in profit from the solo ad business and how I left it and basically ended up making $20,000 a month by actually creating products and helping people rather than just spamming people. And that's the big wake up call. And people were saying, you know, you should have, if you're 250,000 subscribers, you should be making $250,000 per month. Not the case. I was probably doing 10,000. And now I've got, you know, you could say I've a main list of 25,000. And with that, we're able to hit 30, 40, even $50,000 per month. So it's not a massive list. It's basically tending for it a little bit better. Yeah. So anyway, over the years, I continued launching more and more products. We covered so many topics over the years. We launched so many products and that we just started teaching people how to launch products. Then we got into coaching and we started teaching people how to launch their own coaching programs. And lately we've been launching kind of just reports and guides and strategies. But from what we learn and what we test in our business, we just continue to release as much value as possible. So yeah, that's really been it. The last 5 years, I've concentrated mostly on product creation and not content.
Cool. Well, as you know, obviously we've got a few questions, about 12 or so questions covering affiliate marketing, email marketing, and product creation. So obviously the first one is with just starting out, would you say that, you know, having your own blog is important?
110%. There's so many reasons for that. Credibility is number one. For example, let's say if you meet an online marketer, I was just checking out a product there 25 minutes ago, and it was the person's name followed by a link to a sales page. And the first thing I did is I removed the link to the sales page and I landed on this blog. And straight away I seen other products, I seen podcasts, I seen blog posts, I seen obviously advertising banner, and surprise, surprise, a place to opt in and get Johnny's email list. So the credibility was there. And I think that is across the board. One is credibility and branding. Two, we get a massive amount of searches for Kevin Fahey. And it's the same, if someone wants to find out information about you, they're going to type in Jay Stevens.
Yeah.
If you've only got products or only, you know, products that aren't tied to your name, or there's nowhere for people to find information about you, it's not going to work long term. Obviously, it does work for a lot of marketers and a lot of companies. But I think especially when people are starting off, one, you get a blog up, it's easy. You can pick a free WordPress theme, stick up a logo. You can start writing posts about yourself, about what you plan to offer on the blog. And from there, most important, you have a place where people can join your email list, because that's probably the most important thing. Yeah. Will you get massive amounts of free traffic from your blog? We've got 2 blogs. One gets around 20 to 30 visitors per day, and the other one gets 50 visitors per day. Now, at the end of the month, that's 1,500 visitors, and if I can turn 5% of them into actually leads month after month, it's free traffic and it's free leads.
Yeah.
So yeah, get a blog up. I cannot recommend that enough to anyone. Don't just put up a blog and let it sit there. Write good content, write good posts, share them on Facebook, share them on social media. Every time you make a video for your blog, start your own YouTube channel and work that way and build your following. It'll be so much easier to get their email address when you ask for it and get their credit card out when you ask for it as well.
Yeah. So again, for people who are just starting out, what would you say is the most effective way of growing a list?
I think email marketing has changed massively in the past 10 years. You'd agree with that. You know, there's so many different methods. Some work, some don't. Some, you know how to take a lot of money. So if you're going to ask me I'm a firm believer solo ads no longer work. That's the easiest way. You give another marketer $500 and he sends you 500 leads. Generally, in my opinion, these are crap leads. They don't like responding to your emails. They don't like opening your emails. So I don't recommend go that way. If you go straight into Facebook ads with, let's take into IM niche, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. You're probably going to end up, you have to build your audience. And you have to build your audience first. If you're going to try and target people to a squeeze page directly and they don't know much about you, we find that you could be paying $4, $5, $6 per lead. It's not the way to go. So the most effective way for someone starting out, I'll kind of split that. The most effective way for someone starting out would be build your audience by offering value and content, sharing it on social media. Get people to your blog. Put a Facebook retargeting pixel on your blog. Every so often, send people, when you're posting on your fan page and you're posting on social media, send people to a squeeze page. At least once a month, we'd send our followers and our friends on our fan pages back to squeeze pages because we always get new subscribers in. If I suppose we're going to be going on to product creation and talking about that. But if you're going to ask me, one of the most effective ways would be to build a buyer's list, would be release micro products.
Yeah.
As simple as 10-page PDF reports or 20-minute training videos on the Warrior forum or anywhere for $1 and just try and get some traffic to it. Rinse and repeat it. It will work. Number 3 would be, this will definitely work outside the IM niche. IM niche is a little bit more expensive, but we've had massive success with different types of Facebook ads. But if you're talking about list building specifically, we've had massive success with Facebook lead ads. So it's basically when they click on the ad and a little pop-up form comes in, Kevin Fahey requests your email address, do you agree? You click submit, they're connected to your autoresponder. We've had really good success, but I suppose some of the success came down to these people had already visited our website because we were blogging and we were retargeting.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a few effective ways. There is a lot of other ways as well.
Yeah, there's loads of ways. So obviously after, building the list, and obviously everyone can have their blog set up, how often should you email your list?
The biggest mistake people make is not emailing our list often enough. We email our list generally every single day. There's generally a day goes by that I don't email list. Maybe it's a Saturday, the odd Saturday we might take it off. But in general, we'll send 7 to 10 emails per week.
Yeah.
Do not leave it more than 48 hours to email your list. And keep in mind, some people forget this. I don't want to email my list. I'm worried about them unsubscribing. I'm worried about them not engaging, etc. The reason you've set up your blog, the reason you launch micro reports, the reason you do blog posts, the reason you do videos is to build an email list. The reason you want to build an email list is to actually mail it and make money. If you don't mail it, you won't make money.
Yeah. And in your experience, what's sort of the best days and times? I know obviously that depends on the business you're in and your subscribers' local time. So yeah, in your experience, what's the sort of best days and times to send emails?
Best days and times to send emails. Yeah, well, you covered there is something regarding how often should you email your list and regarding depends on your business model. That's completely, obviously, if you have an offline business and you do consulting, you might email your list once a week or once every 2 weeks. You're always trying to sell your own services. In the IM niche, our subscribers, our followers are, what would you say? One, they're distracted because there's so many marketers in front of them. They're getting so many emails. There's so much in their social media. There's so much going on in their own personal life that unless you're consistently in front of them, they'll either forget about you or you won't get your attention. So this probably comes back to best days and times to send emails as well. Look at your business model. I'm based here in Spain, but 65% of my subscribers are based in the US Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. So I could segment my list into different time zones, but generally, because it's such a worldwide list, it's a little bit more difficult. And because our business, a lot of things launch at a specific time. So it doesn't matter where in the world they are, it launches at the same time. So We'll look at it on, if I'm doing a promotion for, I want to send someone to my blog post, I want to send someone to a squeeze page, I will send generally at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, the idea of that would be when people get up in the morning, first thing, their email is from front. Generally, I think people in America sometimes get up earlier than the Europeans, so they're actually up at 6 a.m. getting ready to work. In that case, it would arrive at 11 a.m. for the people in the UK, which is still acceptable. So if we just look at them two time zones, they are covered in that sense.
Yeah.
In a PM email, generally the rule would be mail after 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So when they get home from work, they see your email straight away. And the people in the UK, if they're still on their computer at 11 p.m., they're going to get your email as well. Both of them make sense. Now, if you've got an entire US audience, I recommend moving that PM email to 8 p.m. EST. I've noticed a lot of webinars are done at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For me, it's 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning. I don't send emails. I don't do webinars. I don't work them hours anymore. Yeah. So I really choose to send my emails around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. EST if I'm doing it in the evening, and it'll allow for both audiences. Now, something I have been testing, and I've been testing it more than the last 4 or 5 months since Aweber fixed the little thing on their autoresponder. When it allows you to send to unopens, it now includes all the other lists. Before, there was an issue with that. But I realized it's super important. Normally, products launch at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. So it's send an email at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. When you send an email, you notice a massive amount of traffic, and around 10 hours later, the traffic more or less comes to a dead. It really, really slows down. So I'm generally up at 7 a.m. my time, which is 1 a.m. Eastern, and I send another email at that time. And what I noticed then, maybe an hour later, around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the traffic spike goes up again, the sales come in, and I'm only emailing to all opens. So I've actually, in the last send that I did this, I got 1,500 opens in the first email and 1.4K in the second email. So I more or less reached about 2,800 people. I'm sure there's doubles in there. By just sending one email and letting it run, we would have got around 1,800, 1,900 opens. So it's just a little lesson there. Everyone, it's not new. A lot of people have heard this before, but it should be implemented. It is really powerful.
Okay, and it's something I didn't know for quite a while. You know, for affiliate marketing, what is considered a good open rate?
Good open rates, depending on the size of your list, but keep it simple. If you're getting a 10% open rate and you're getting a 2% click-through rate, it's pretty good. 8 to 10% open, 2% click-through rate, great. Some people might be getting 15, 20%, etc. It really comes down to how they write their emails and what they promote.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. What do you think are the biggest mistakes people make when first starting affiliate marketing?
Regardless of what they're promoting, not building their own business and brand first. So if you're going out and you're buying any sort of traffic and sending people directly to an affiliate offer without introducing yourself and delivering value, all you're doing is building someone else's business, some affiliate marketing product, which will be here today and gone tomorrow. Yeah. If you introduce yourself, there's going to be plenty of more affiliate marketing products, that they might be interested in the future. So yeah, just build your own brand first. It doesn't matter if it's an expensive $2,000 or $5,000 program that you bought into. Don't just build that program. You need to build your own brand first. Or if it's an affiliate marketing offer for $7, introduce yourself, deliver value, sell the product.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And from your experience, what do you say is more beneficial and profitable? Promoting someone else's product as an affiliate or creating your own products?
Lovely question. Okay, I would love only to do affiliate marketing. All you do is send emails and everyone else looks after the support. You don't have to do anything. Affiliate marketing is a beautiful industry. So here's I suppose the eye-opener for some people, or the truth about it. The best way to do affiliate marketing is actually build your own buyers list.
Yeah.
So when you have your own list of buyers that purchase something from you, they're more than likely going to purchase someone else's recommendations. So I'm not saying you need to create 100 products. I'm saying you need to, if you have your own product that people purchase from you, your affiliate marketing efforts will be a lot more effective. That is not always the case. There is a small few people that do affiliate marketing extremely well, such as interviews, micro reports that just deliver value, and then do affiliate marketing without launching anything. But I really think to scale your business to 6 figures and beyond, both work well and well together.
Yeah. And when creating your own products, have you got any tips for the people that want to create like a successful launch? Is there anything you can sort of give them some knowledge on?
I mentioned at the start micro reports, and I think if it is your first, yes, this is really the way you need to look at it. If you've never created a product in the past, you should look to create some micro reports, like 10, 15-page PDFs along with a training video, or just training videos. Because your first launch and your second launch are never going to be a massive success. You're never going to make $10,000 or $50,000 from them. They're never going to be a retirement, but there will be a massive, massive learning experience. You learn what can go wrong. You learn more about affiliates. You learn how to contact affiliates. You learn how to deal with customers, your support desk. And then when you try and repeat it, and it's going to be so much easier. So start off with something small and build your list from that and learn and get experience. If you start, we've seen this happen, you put a massive amount of money into a software, you have an excellent, you got a good sales page, you got a good design, etc. But if you don't really have any connections out there, or if it's your first time to do it, people are still going to be worried. So just get some credibility first before doing something big. After that, I suppose the important tip here, everyone has the experience to create a product. Everyone has something that they can provide. Everyone's better at something than me or someone else. Or for example, it doesn't matter how simple it is, but there's people out there that want, just give it as something. I've got a box of tobacco here in front of me. So there's people out there that want to know how to roll better tobacco, so they can enjoy their cigarettes. So you could create products around that. It does not matter your experience. There's people that want to know how to use audio better. There's people that want to know how to have fresher water inside their house. So it does not matter what the topic is. It's valuable information that there is people willing to pay for.
Yeah, definitely. How important is it for you to start doing videos and get your face on camera? Would you say that's quite important when you first start in?
I think one video is an easy way to get traffic. Everyone's on Facebook and YouTube watching videos, so that's where the content is, and that's where the content has been for the last 3 or 4 years. So you must be doing video in order to get your message across to the masses. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is build credibility. People want to deal with, basically, they want to deal with a face. They want to see the person, know they can trust them, and then the credibility is there, the trust is there. It's easier to do business. That is across the board. I did this wrong for years. When people joined our list, we just said, hey, thanks for signing up, and then we delivered something. And I changed it around 2 years ago, maybe. And it was a video. It was common knowledge when you think about it. It was a video of me thanking them for signing up. I was offering value. It was more entertaining. I wasn't trying to sell anything. And a massive, massive impact on our open rates, directly related to long-term business growth.
Yeah. So I guess that combines quite well with the blog, doing videos on your blog, and it's good for authority and stuff. I know you've had a video course in the past. So what would be your tips on video marketing?
Lighting would be one. For example, this is a really bad lighting for me. You got your lighting sorted out. I've noticed all I needed to do was put 2 spotlights here. My lighting would have been absolutely perfect. Yeah. So get your lighting right. That's mistake number 1. Audio is mistake number 2. Basically, bad quality microphones. I see you got a Yeti. I think I've got a Yeti here, but I'm actually using a Logitech, which is reasonable enough. Lighting is the biggest tip. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You don't need an expensive phone. Your camera is plenty, and if you want to do a video, you go outside. You've got natural light; it's going to be perfect. Or just lighten up your room.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and obviously going back to product creation and having your own products, how would you get, especially if you're new, how would you get affiliates to sort of come on board and promote your products?
Build relationships with them.
Yeah.
That is the easiest thing to do. Okay, one of the best ways to build the relationships or get on someone's radar is be on their leaderboard. That's one proven way. Now, if you're not in a position to that, let's look at the next proven way. Call it pay it forward. If you hire someone as a coach and you pay them a few $100s, that means they're going to be on board and they're going to promote your product. Pay it forward. 3, be consistent with their launches and their promotions. So even if you cannot be on their leaderboard, promote them 3 or 4 times in a row and the sales will add up. And that worked for me when I was starting out, promoting for guys for 6 months, and eventually they came on board and promoted me. And yeah, even if you can't be on their leaderboard, you can't pay it forward, all these things. Just be a nice guy and offer value all around. Share your content. If they realize you're sharing good content on your blog and social media, you're helping other marketers inside Facebook groups, they're going to pay more attention to you when your product comes out. So not other marketers, I promoted 2 products this week and none of them marketers have ever been on my leaderboards in the past, but the products were really good. So not all marketers are like that.
Okay.
So there's a few minutes there. All of them work.
Okay. Well, that was all the questions really. So I hope people will learn a lot from the answers that Kevin has given us. I want to start doing a sort of like tip of the week. So other than like a page builder and an autoresponder, what would you say are some really powerful tools for your business?
Okay, Zapier. Do you use Zapier?
No, I've heard of Zapier, but no, I haven't used it.
Not yet. It's cool. It just automates my business. It's really good for moving around subscribers, basically automating that end of things. We use it for Facebook lead ads. We use it for coaching application forms. And I know it does so many things. So I would say, guys, check out Zapier if you don't have it. I think it's got a free option and then there's some trials. If you like to automate your marketing and you're a little bit more experienced, you will find it useful. So Zapier is one tool. Well, let me think. Other than your squeeze page builder, your hosting, your autoresponder, Zapier. No. I could confuse you with 101 things like Camtasia, where you have to go out and spend $300 on a video editor, or Connect Leads, where it connects your Facebook leads to your autoresponder account, another $300. You don't need these things to build a business. You need squeeze page, autoresponder, hosting company, and action.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I guess there's loads of different bits you can sort of add in as you go along when you want to get more advanced and testing out new sort of tricks and stuff. But
yeah, none of the tools or services that I've used or purchased in the past have had any effect on my business. Yeah. We've all picked up software and stuff in the past. We use reputable software like Camtasia. We use reputable hosting companies and autoresponder companies. So it's secure, and I recommend just go that way. Get proper advice in your business, and it'll save a lot of these headaches.
Definitely, yeah. Okay, well, that's everything. Thanks for coming on the show. The first episode here. Is there anything else that you want to add on to anything, or?
No. I was checking out your blog. It looks awesome. I look forward to following you and basically watching your success grow with this.
Cheers. Yeah, I just want to start adding content daily to that, because I didn't know starting a blog was that important until not too long ago, and obviously I've been marketing for about 2.5 years, so it's definitely something I would have liked to have known when I first started, but that wasn't the case.
There could be 2.5 years of content there and hundreds of episodes daily. So guys, there's 2 things you're going to do today, just start building your blog and start building your email list. Yeah, you're going to do it at some stage.
Definitely. Okay, well, that's it. Thanks for coming on the show then. I'll speak to you soon.
Cheers. Thank you.